Hey, so the sub should have just handed you our notes packet for this chapter. Like I said on Friday, you're going to want to hold on to this. Do not lose it because if I don't have any extra copies to give you, you're going to have to write it all yourself, which would be no fun at all. This chapter, we're going to be talking about integers, which are really just numbers that are not fractions. We're going to actually start off with some decimals, which should be a review of last year. We did a little bit of it on Friday, for a few classes anyway. So hopefully it will be a review and not too bad. Please remember to show all work to get full credit for everything. If I don't see your work, you will not get all of your points, even if the answer is correct. So I can't read your mind. So even if you're doing it in your head, write down what you're doing in your mind. On all of my notes packets, I like to put a little comic on there. So this one says, is from Peanuts, so Charlie Brown. Only in math problems can you buy 60 cantaloupes and no one asks what the heck is wrong with you, which is very true. Some math problems you get are like, this is never ever gonna happen. Why would this happen? But there will be problems that are very useful, especially when we get to percent. So not all of math is completely crazy. So starting off, we're going to be adding and subtracting with decimals. At the top right here, I put IXL lessons that you can use to help you study. So you can just run through some practice problems. I will talk about more of this in person, but if you do these and you get a score of 85 or above, you will get candy from me. You just have to make sure that I see your score, that you are signed in. So if you need your username and password, please let me know and I'll give it to you. Please make sure that you are in the 7th grade section, otherwise I'm not going to count it. So if you took a screenshot of your score, I need to see your score, the section that you are doing, and your name showing that you're signed in. So pretty much take a whole screenshot of the screen. Or you can show me in person. But we can talk about that more when I get back. So these problems, it says when adding and subtracting with decimals, you should line up your decimal points to keep the different places in line. One thing you really need to do is be neat. So don't get sloppy with these because that's going to mess you up. Keep everything very organized and lined up. I always like to, and I'm going to write a note about this. If you want to write the note as well, I would recommend it. I always put the longest number on top. I do that just because it's easier for me, so it might be easier for you. So here, this first question, we have 3 numbers. Now we could do all 3 at the same time. I prefer to actually separate it. So I'm going to do these first 2 alone. So I'm going to do 29.13 plus 0.7. Remember to line up the decimal places, so my decimals are lined up. Now I have this blank spot right here. I like to put 0 as a placeholder. So if you want to write yourself another note, we're going to put 0 as a placeholder. This way we don't accidentally use a different number, like accidentally do 3 plus 7, because that's not going to work. So I'm going to go straight down, starting at the right. 3 plus 0 is 3. 1 plus 7, 8. Bring down my decimal. 9 plus 0 is 9. 2 plus nothing is 2. And again, you can put a 0 there if you want. Now I'm not done because I still have this number over here. So now I'm going to take this 309.1 plus the 29.83 that I had. I'm going to put the 309.1 on top plus 29.83. Put 0 as a placeholder right here and just add down. 0 plus 3 is 3. 1 plus 8, 9. Bring down your decimal. 9 plus 9 is 18, so I'm going to put an 8, carry the 1. 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 2 is 3. 3 plus nothing is 3. So this is going to be our final answer. I'm going to circle it so that I know for a fact that's my answer, not this other 29.83. Okay. So again, make sure everything's lined up. Be really neat. Take your time with this. Next problem, again, we have 3 numbers. This line right here is just the cursor. It just stopped there when I froze the screen. So it's just 0.78, it's not 0.781 or something. So again, I'm going to start with these 2 numbers. Put the bigger number on top. And add 2.3. Oops. And again, line up the decimals. 7 plus 3 is 10, so 0, carry the 1. Bring down the decimal. So notice we're going completely right to left. Even the decimal is going in order. 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 2 is 12, carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5, and 3 plus nothing is 3. Now don't forget about this 0.78, so I'm going to take what I just had, 352.0. I'm going to add 0.78, put the placeholder. 0 plus 8 is 8, 0 plus 7, 7, bring down the decimal, 2 plus 0, 2, 5, and 3. So this is my final answer. Okay, moving down, and if you need to pause this video, please do. Don't feel like you need to go at the same pace as me. Okay, now we just have 2 numbers. These are money problems, which is very important in everyday life. You need to know how to add your money. Notice that with money, there's always 2 numbers after the decimal, and that's it. So we'll talk about that more later, but I don't want to see, if we're dealing with money, some random number making it 3 numbers off after the decimal. That doesn't make sense. It's only 2 numbers after the decimal. Okay, so I'm adding 207.43. That's an awful 3. Let me fix that. Plus 198.97. Okay, 3 plus 7 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus 9 is 15. Carry the 1. Bring down your decimal. What did I just say? Shoot. I did not add correctly. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus 9 is 14. So, some of you might have caught that. My bad. Bring down the decimal. 1 plus 7 is 8. Plus 8 is 16. 1 plus 0 plus 9 is 10. So 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. So my answer is 406.40, but I'm going to look back at the problem. It was money. So since I'm still talking about money, I'm going to add a dollar sign, and that's the final answer. So if your answer needs a label, give it a label. Now we're going to get into a little bit of subtraction. We're still going to put the biggest number on top. So 897.23 minus 790.1. Put your placeholder. 3 minus 0 is 3. 2 minus 1 is 1. Bring down the decimal. 7 minus 0 is 7. 9 minus 9 is 0. 8 minus 7 is 1. So that's your final answer. So always double check. Make sure you know if you're adding or subtracting. Common mistake is just to assume that you're still adding, but we are subtracting on that one. Now I want you to go to the next page, and we're going to do 5 and 6. Now 5 and 6 are a little bit different because we have parentheses. Some of you might remember, and we'll talk about this later, we always do parentheses first. It's the order of operations. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So I'm doing parentheses first. So that. So we got 12.7 minus 0.38. Then I put a 0 up here. Now I can't do 0 minus 8, so I'm going to have to borrow. So I'm going to borrow from the 7, which makes this a 10. Since I took 1 out of my 7, that becomes a 6. 10 minus 8 is 2. 6 minus 3 is 3. Bring down the decimal. 2 minus 0 is 2. 1 minus 0 is 1. Now I need to remember I still have this 29.3 plus. So I'm going to take what I just got, 12.32, and add 29.3. Put 0 as your placeholder. 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 3, 6. Bring down the decimal. 2 plus 9 is 11. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 4. So your final answer should have been 41.62. Okay, last problem. Again, we're going to do parentheses first. In this case, it really doesn't matter because it's all addition, but we're still going to follow those rules. So let's add these two first. 87.2 plus 1.29. I'm going to put 0 for a placeholder. 0 plus 9 is 9. 2 plus 2, 4. Bring down the decimal. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus nothing, also 8. So I'm going to take this 88.49, add this 0.04 to it. So 88.49 plus 0.4, add 0 for my placeholder. 9 plus 0 is 9. 4 plus 4, 8. Bring down the decimal. 8 plus 0, 8. And 8 plus nothing, 8. So the final answer is 88.89. So hopefully that wasn't too bad. The sub is now going to give you a worksheet. You will do the first 6 questions of the Monday section. If you want to move on to Tuesday, you feel like you can do it, feel free to do that, but you don't have to. You only need to do the first 6 questions on your homework. This video is also posted to Canvas, so if you want to rewatch it, maybe you missed something, make sure that you have every single step written down in your notes. Please feel free to rewatch it because remember, I do give points for your notes. If you have any questions, please email me and I'll respond as quickly as I can.